Hello everyone, I'm back again and I'm going to be doing the ladder predictions, Brownlow, Coleman and Premier's predictions, so whoever wins the grand final. So let's just get straight into the ladder prediction. So number 18, it has to be Gold Coast. I mean, they're not going to improve at all, let's be honest. Uh, um, Even with that package the AFL gave them where they'll get the number 1 draft pick, number 2, everything, still the young people are going to be inexperienced and they're probably going to eventually move to a different team, probably Victorian team. So yeah, I do see the Gold Coast team getting cancelled, whatever the word is, and and Tasmanian team going to be developed. But yeah, Gold Coast, the sign's not really that good. And yeah, they're just going to be 18th, get the wooden spoon once again. The wooden spoon might as well be reserved to the Gold Coast anyway. So number 17th is Adelaide Crows. Now this is a pretty big call, but a lot of the star players are actually leaving. Don Pike has resigned, and they need lots of young players, and they're not gonna get that with a pick 4. It's like a pick 6 right now with that Carlton and Crows deal from last year. So I just don't see them improving. I see a lot of other players are leaving. By the way, this is before the trade period. So yeah, it doesn't look good signs for Crows. Number 16 is Melbourne. It was a pretty disappointing season for them last year, or actually this year. And yeah, I expected them to actually finish first after that prelim last year. All signs were looking really good for them. And yeah, it was just a very disappointing season for them. So they'll finish 16. Number 15 is Sydney Swans. Now, next, 2021, I reckon they'll make a big rise to top 4 because they've got a lot of young talent at the moment. So, some signs to get excited for Swans fans, like got the likes of Ollie Florent and Jordan Dawson. They're like really good players that are starting to develop into stars. But right now, I just don't see them improving. And yeah, number 14 is the Fremantle Dockers, and yeah, even with that Collingwood defense coach moving to Fremantle, I don't think they'll make any improvements with Bradley Hill leaving, and yeah, Nat Fyfe still has to carry. Although Andrew Brayshaw looks like he's going to have a breakout season this year, so we have to wait and see, but I still think they'll finish 14th. Number 13th is the St Kilda Swans. I just don't see them improving at all, even with the new coach. Josh Bruce is likely to leave, and yeah, just not that great for them, but yeah, hopefully they can improve next year, but I just see them finishing 13th. Number 12 is Carlton. Now, this is a pretty big call. No, this is a pretty big call. Because Carlton, they're an exciting team to watch now. Since what's his name? David Teague has coached the Carlton. They're exciting team to watch. They're my second favourite team at the moment. And yeah, ever since he moved Mark Murphy and Ed Kerner to the midfield, Patrick Coote doesn't have to do a lot of carrying, so. And Sam Walsh too has been, he got the Rising Star, so I don't have to really say anything about that, but he's been a beast. So I reckon this year they can improve really big, and if they finish 12th, then this is a big win for the Carlton. Number 11 is Essendon, the Bombers. I see them just going down, I don't see them improving, and yeah, it was a pretty, not a great end to the season. They got thrashed by Port Adelaide, my team, and Western Bulldogs. So yeah, I just can't find any signs where they'll be good, and yeah, I just can't find anything. Number 10 is Hawthorn, Hawks, and yeah, I was very surprised to see them finish 9th. I thought they were gonna have a massive drop off and finish around the 14th to 18th mark, but Clarko does things normal coaches can't, and yeah, so I reckon this is the last year for Clarko. I reckon Jack Gunston, Luke Bruce will retire, and Paul Piopolo this year, and I reckon next year it's going to be a tough year for Hawks because it's going to be a young lineup, but we'll see what happens there, but I just think they'll finish 10th. Number 9th is going to be North Melbourne. Now, I just feel like I look at the team, I don't see much X factor. Maybe Ben Brown. Yeah, Ben Brown's a pretty good forward. Sean Higgins has been injured, hasn't been that consistent, I wouldn't say. He's had some games that are like top 10 AFL players, but some games where he goes quiet in like one quarter, you have to be able to play 4 quarters. Ben Cunnington, his second half of the season was a massive drop off, all Australian luck until the second half. And yeah, so I reckon what's his name? The new coach Reece Shaw should put Jack Zeep in the midfield because I reckon he's very consistent. I've seen him play in the midfield, and yeah, he's a consistent midfielder. But you also need to develop your young guns. So we'll see what happens there. I just think they'll finish ninth and just miss out on the top 8. Number 8 is going to be Port Adelaide. I reckon that they can finally make the top 8 after 2 disappointing years. Yeah, so hopefully likes of Connor Rosie, Xavier Desmar, Zach Butters, they're young guns. Hopefully that they'll be able to step up, which they've done this year. Hopefully they continue their form and don't disappear. And yeah, so hopefully my tip is going to be 8th, and yeah, hopefully they can make the top 8. Number 7 is Geelong. Very surprised to see them finish top. They did have a shaky second half of the season, but still the first half was unbelievable. And yeah, I still think it'll be a drop off with Tim Kelly gone and Gary Ablett. His form is starting to disappear, especially the finals. He only kicked like 1 or 2 goals in the whole final series and made the prelim. But yeah, I just see them finishing 7th. Number 6 is the Brisbane Lions. I reckon their team is very young, and Luke Hodge retiring is going to be a big impact. And I reckon they'll still finish 6th. They still got a lot of talent in there, so yep. Number 5 is the Bulldogs. I reckon first half of the season was terrible for them. They lost like Gold Coast and Carlton, and this was Carlton with Brendan Bolton. So yeah, I reckon if Luke Beveridge just puts Josh Dunkley and Jack McRae in the middle, I reckon you can get results from that. Number 4 is GWS. I reckon they won't disappear after that shocking grand final game. And yeah, I reckon they'll make the top 4. They got so much talent in there. And yeah, so should be able to make the top 4. Number 3 is the West Coast Eagles. I reckon they'll win every game in the Optus. That's a pretty big call. But probably it might be because West Coast will win every single game at Optus Stadium. It's just a force there. And yeah, I reckon they'll finish 3rd. Number 2 is the Collingwood Magpies. And yeah, they got a good lineup. And so it was disappointing. Lost in the prelim. They should have made the grand final, but I reckon they'll still make 2nd. I'm pretty sure they're the 2nd best team in the comp at the moment, and they'll finish 2nd and get into the grand final. And the minor memories is the Tigers. They're just a force now. Like, I reckon they'll get top 4 for the next 2 or 3 years. Like, I don't see any players retiring. They're just a beast now. And yeah, I reckon that they'll finish 1st and they'll get into the grand final. And so you know who's going to the grand final: Magpies and Tigers. And my premiership team prediction is the Tigers. They'll go back to back. They're just a force. Like, I can't see anyone actually beating them. I reckon they'll get like 20 wins. So yep. Now onto the Brownlow. So I had a bit of a think about this, and I'm predicting that it's going to be Patrick Dangerfield. I mean, like, Tim Kelly stole so much votes. He got like 26 votes, and Patrick got 27. So without Tim Kelly, like, I'm just assuming Tim Kelly is going to be traded. Hopefully he gets traded, because this just sounds stupid, because he hasn't been traded yet. This is before the trade period. So yeah, I'll obviously make a lot of predictions probably around February, but hopefully he gets traded so this doesn't go old to crap. But Tim Kelly got 26 votes. He'll probably move to West Coast or Fremantle, and Patrick Dangerfield will get more votes. And it seems that umpires are focusing on the stars, so I reckon Patrick Dangerfield can break the 40, but if he has a good pre-season and just does what he does in and out every single week from last year. So, and yeah, Patrick Dangerfield, the Brownlow medalist. That's my prediction. And the Coleman is going to be Tom Lynch. I reckon his first half of the season, he didn't seem that great. He was just like probably kicking 1 goal, but he's back and he's in his best form at the moment. And I reckon he'll win the Coleman, probably around 72 goals. And yeah, so that's basically all my predictions. Remember, it's my opinion. It's my opinion, and I'll probably get some of these wrong. So this last year I got like 4 out of 18, which was pretty shocking. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Leave your predictions down below if you want. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.